This conference will now be recorded.
Right, let's start today's session. So in the last session, we were discuss about function aliasing, nested functions, and also we discuss factorial of given number. And today we'll start with what we can say anonymous functions or lambda functions where we use exactly. But before that, yesterday I just given the task to you. So these are the two tasks. Write a program to reverse the string without using slice and join with reverse. So let's try to write simple program now. So this is the program I ask you to write a program to reverse the string without using any slice and also without using any join with reversed. So first let's try to take one string here. S equals to, you can take any string, you can accept values at runtime also. Now int of input of enter a string. So I'm just asking to the user enter a string. Okay. So whatever you enter the string at runtime, that's going to store inside the variable s only. This s is a string. This I want to reverse. Normally to reverse the string, what we can do? Print s of colon colon -1. This is one option. Next option number, that is dot join function, reversed function of s only. Okay, this is the way to reverse the string. But what I asked you, write a program to reverse the string without using slice, like colon colon -1, and without using join with reversed method, join with reversed method. But to reverse the given string, this is working, this is also going to be work. Let's run this first of all. Let's try to run this. Now you can see, enter a string. I'm taking string is Hyderabad. So once I entered a string is Hyderabad, once we enter this, now you can see this is reversing the string. So complete string is going to reverse DABAREDYH like this. So this is the string reversing concept here. But what I ask you, without, yeah. So without this concept, I'm trying to use while loop, not for loop. Okay, if you're done for loop, then you can paste here code, no problem. Using for loop by taking an empty string to store reversed string. Yes, we can do it also if we can. But now I'm trying to do with while loop only. So let's remove this. This is not required because I am not asking like this. Okay. So you just consider a function, no? Yes. Someone written the function. Let's try to do this. So this code is written by Sravani. Let's try to copy this and paste into here. So this is what actually string reverse. So actually I didn't ask any function, but you have written functions very well, no problem at all. So this is the reverse function. It's not a built-in function. You just defined the function, I think so. S is your string. str is actually empty string. For I in S, and then every time I is coming from S. Where is the S actually? Okay, fine. S is I'm asking, no problem. And immediately str equals to I plus str. Return str, reverse S. I don't think so. Let's try with this. I'm taking HYDRAB. So DABAREDYH. So we are using reverse function directly. Yeah, it's reversing now. So it's keep on taking the values one by one, and you are adding to the empty string I plus str only. So right now you can see str is empty string. You are taking for I in S. S is means one value you are adding, like H value, I in S, and this I value h only, it is added to the string only. It's going to be add string h only. Then after that return str, this function reverse is there. S value it will call to here and it will use reverse only. But actually this is also working fine, good. But you are using directly reverse function only. Reverse function is used to reverse the string completely only. Let's comment this. This also working, no problem. It is a new thing. It's good. Let's comment it all together. If you want to comment, control forward slash. Now coming to this, how to reverse the string with the different ways you will try to do this. This is somewhat more logical. So let's try to explain. Enter input, enter a string. I'm asking a string at runtime. So user will enter the string. Now I'm taking here I equals to length of s minus 1. So next what I'm taking, result. Result means your target string. Result equals to empty string. So look at here, s value I'm accepting at runtime. I is a loop variable, just I'm taking one variable, length of s minus 1. After that result equals to empty. Now I'm writing condition. While I greater than or equal to 0, then result equals to result plus s of I. Then every time I should decrement by 1. I equals to I minus 1. Then finally we are going to print what? Result only. This is while loop through. Let's try to execute this one only. So let's hit this test 10. Now I'm giving here HYDERABAD Hyderabad. Now you can see string reversing or not. Yes. Let me explain this code here. So I'm entering string is Hyderabad. HYDERABAD Hyderabad. Okay, my input is like this. It's stored into S only. Immediately what I'm saying, I equals to length of S minus 1. Length of S means what? Hyderabad length, string length. How many characters are there? 9 characters. Look at here, HYD, 3 characters, ERA, 3 characters, BAD, 3 characters. Total 9. So length of S means 9. 9 minus 1 means what? 8 only. So I value how much it is? 8. Okay, because string is starts with a 0 based index and ending with what? 9, 8 only. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 index means that is 9 characters. So that means I equal to length of S minus 1. Length of S means string length. It is 9 characters. Minus 1 in the sense 8 only. So I value 8 means string index is ending with what? 8 index only. So empty result string I am taking while I greater than 0. I value how much it is? 8. 8 greater than or equal to 0 or not? Yes, correct. Correct means result equals to empty string plus result empty string plus s of I. S of I means what? S is a string. This one. I value how much? 8. In string, what is the 8 index character? D. So D will be added to the, what we can say, string only, result string like this. Just try to understand. After that, immediately I equal to I minus 1. I value how much? 8. 8 minus 1, 7. So I value how much it is? 7 only. 7 greater than or equal to 0. Correct. Then immediately result equals to result plus S of I. I value 7. Seventh index is what? A. A will be add here only. Next, I equal to I minus 1. That means what? 7 minus 1. 6. 6 greater than or equal to 0. Correct. Result equal to S of I. S of I means sixth character is what? B. Sixth index. So like this, it's keep on adding to the result only. Hope you understand that. Okay. So this is also going to work. And either this we can use and or else this also we can use. What she has written. This is also good looking. First time I'm looking this type of code. It's good. Well appreciate. So that's what I used to give the task because of different students will come with different set of code. So that easily we can able to get that how the way you can able to do the task different style of code only. So many students, many ways they'll write their code and final result is only one. So any way you can able to use it. but she used a reverse function, but I didn't use any reverse function clearly. Only loop through and logic through I did here. So this is string reverse without using any slice, without using any join, and reversed at reversed function also. So using this while loop only clear. Okay. So this is the task. Next task which I given, that is completely easy. Write a program to print first n numbers reverse only. Means whatever you want, you can give the input values. Yeah, this is absolutely right. So Nikita, you are right. Same what I expected. Same code you have written already. Good. So this is very simple. I'm just copying and pasting what she has written. This code is completely done by Nikita. N equals to int of input of enter any number. You should ask any number at runtime. Let's give this comment section, not required. And from now onwards, every day I'm going to give some task and exercise program. And at the end of the Python course, you are going to receive complete task questions with solutions with a different style of coding. And at the end of the Python course, you will get PDF document. So that will be good. So easily you can able to improve the logical things. All codes available. You can do it practice in different style of coding through also, so that you can improve the logical performance. So I'll make this all these things. Okay. So this is the task which I given. To accept value at runtime, user will enter any number. That number, for example, if I entered input is 5, so 5 is going to store here only, and reversing the order only. That's what 5 to 0. But here -1 in the sense what actually this is reverse order only. So for example, print I equals to, and same value, same what we can say, same line only we can display like. Let's try to enter this value. I'm taking first 10. So 10 means what actually? N value 10. It starts from 10, ending with 0. And reverse means you can see 10 to 9. It is what actually step value. Step value -1 in the sense it will go for reverse down. So, so in the above code, she used the function name reverse. I think she did not use the reverse function. That is what I'm saying. Yeah, that is what I'm saying. He took what she took already that function name that only reverse, but that's not a built-in. I'm not saying that is built-in function. Got my point? Calling the function it is what she has taken. I know that. So it's not a built-in, that is. Okay. She has written loop through. That's what I know, that this is not a built-in function. It's a user-defined function. She defined that function name like that. She called here only. It's not a matter. It will work fine. Yeah, built-in function is that is reversed actually. Normal reverse also their built-in function which is available on the list only. Okay. Yeah. So this is what which I asked you. This is the result. And today task I'll give at the end of the today's session. So you can also come with that task code also clearly. So we'll discuss later that. And now today topic is anonymous or lambda expressions. We'll discuss. In the last session, we discussed about functions related topic like nested function, function aliasing, factorial, recursion function like this. Now let's try to discuss today anonymous or lambda expressions in Python. So generally, we worked in the last session many functions with name, means named functions. Sometimes we can declare a function without any name. Such type of nameless functions are called anonymous or lambda functions. So what is the use of anonymous or lambda functions? We'll discuss clearly. So right now we are talking about anonymous or lambda. So what is the use of lambda or anonymous functions? We'll look into once. Let's flip to Notepad, and now anonymous or lambda functions. See, anonymous means what? No name or no identity. See, normally anonymous users and authentication users we used to call. Authentication users means the user which is having their user ID and password, or else which is the user which is having their identity. So that users are called authentication users generally. But now anonymous users means the user don't have any identity, no identification. Sometimes some websites will not uh, allow to log in, like username and password not required for them. Directly can able to join to the website by reading some content without enter any user ID and password. So anonymous users, that is anonymous user means every user can able to access the website content. And some websites like Facebook, Insta, compulsory we have to include username and password. So authentication is required. So that is authentication user. So anonymous means any users, no name user, no identity user. Here also in this Python concept, especially Lambda functions, anonymous means no name of the function. Sometimes we can declare a function without any name. That type of nameless functions are called anonymous functions or Lambda functions. So Lambda functions advantage is this is using Lambda, using LAMBDA, Lambda, we can write concise code. Using Lambda, we can write what code? Concise code. Concise code means shorthand way of writing code is possible. Shorthand way of writing code is possible using Lambda. Next, using Lambda, we can reduce the length of the code. We can reduce length of the code only. Length of the code. Yes. So next, using Lambda, we can write mostly single line expressions. Using Lambda, we can write mostly single line expressions only, sir. Yes. Normally with named functions, if you want to perform any logic, you have to write lot of lines of code. But when we go for Lambda expressions, mostly we will finish our task within the single line expressions only. So we can write mostly single line expressions using Lambda. Next, using Lambda, we can improve readability of the program. Using Lambda, we can improve readability of the program. Readability, readability of the program only. This is using Lambda, we can improve readability of the program. Using Lambda, we can write mostly single line expressions. Using Lambda, we can reduce the length of the code, and we can write concise code, that is shorthand way of writing code is possible. But actual purpose is this is not. Okay, in Python, there is separate purpose is there for Lambda usage. I'll tell you that also. But basic advantage of Lambda or anonymous is this is only. Let's try to write some Lambda expression programs. So consider uh, to create Lambda expressions in Python, we use Lambda keyword. So the syntax of Lambda is this is, sir. So we have to create Lambda expressions using Lambda keyword, Lambda. And here you can see arguments list, and then your expression value here. But generally, normally in functions body, either you can write print function like printing the result, or else we can go for what we can say return statements to return the values. Okay, to return the values. Uh, Lambda argument list colon expression. Argument list means you can pass any arguments list, and based on this arguments list, we can perform the expression here. In Lambda expressions, by default, result values returns. It return expression value by default, but no need to use any return statements inside the Lambda case. So by default, Lambda expressions will return only, sir. Okay. So this is next. Coming to this, let's write the simple programming with Lambda first. After that, we'll go to other programming where exactly Lambda can be used actually. Let's try to do this to find a square of given number using Lambda expressions. It's very simple and straightforward. Let's try to write lambda expression here. Suppose S is my variable where I can store the result. Lambda, I'm using keyword. And suppose N is my argument list. If you want to find square of given number N into N, I have to say that. Now print S of 5. So now let's hit this run button. S of 5 means 5 is N value, N into N25 is there. So this is simple lambda expression we are writing. This expression result value automatically written. So suppose if you want to find a given number is even or odd, so first actually in the lambda expressions, first we have to uh, write the true value like result value. So lambda n. So this is even. When it will become is even, if n modulus 2 equal to 0, else it will become what actually is odd only has to say that. Now coming to this here, I'm giving s of 5 and I'm giving s of 4 only. So now let's run this one, test11.py. And now this time you can say first case is odd, second case is even. So this is single line expression lambda we are using. But same thing you can write using functions also. But functions will be reusability, but lambdas are instant usage. I forgot to tell you one important statement. Mostly lambdas can be used instant usage. LAMBDA lambdas can be used for instant usage. Instant usage means only one time usage. So that's the reason in Python, lambda usage purpose, there is a specific reason is there. But what is the actual reason to use the lambda? You will understand very quickly within 5 minutes. I'll move into that concept so that it will be used. So right now I'm using a simple programming with lambda expressions only. Suppose this is the lambda expression for finding whether given number is even or odd. Suppose let's try to write one more lambda expression. So adding two numbers, a and b are arguments, a plus b are result only. This is very simple. Print s of 4 comma 5, then result is what actually 9 only. This is 9. And even you can able to find biggest of two numbers like s equals to lambda a comma b. In this, a is the biggest value. When it will become a greater than b, else b is the biggest value I'm saying. Let's try to run s of 5 and 6. In this, which is the biggest value means 6 is the biggest value here. So lambda a and b are arguments list. I'm deciding that a is the biggest value. When it will become a is the biggest value, a if a greater than b, else it's a b only. Similarly, we can write into one more value like c. So like this, I'm taking 5, 6, 8, ABC. A is the biggest when if a greater than b and a greater than c only. Else b is the biggest if b greater than c only. Else c is the biggest value, I can say that. So this is very simple and straightforward. Three variables I'm taking. A is biggest value I'm saying. When it will become biggest means a greater than b and a greater than c. Else b is the biggest if b greater than a only, sir. Not only b is greater than c, correct only. Else c only. You can pass it right different values through. I'm taking 5, 6, 8 now. Now this time I'm taking 8, 5, 6 only. Because just I'm changing so that you will get clear idea. All the ways it will give 8 only. Now 6, 8, 5 I'm giving. Different aspects I'm trying. Now this time when we hit this run, so all the times we'll get 8, 8, 8. 3 times 8 only biggest value. So based on this lambda expression. So this is single line expression through we can finish our expressions clearly. So this is the basic advantage. We can write very quickly, program instantly at any number of at any logic we can write in single line expressions mostly. So this will improve the readability of the program. This will reduce the length of the code, and we can write very concise code. That means shorthand if code is possible and instantly usage. So now the main reason I'm telling you here. So the main reason in Python where we can use lambda expression means in Python some functions will expect other function as an argument. In Python, some functions will expect other function as an argument. In this case, lambdas are best choice. Lambdas are best choice, we can say that. In Python, some functions will expect other function as an argument. In this case, lambdas are best choice only. So what case lambdas are best choice means? This is the case. Let us let us consider this example, sir. So what is the example? Just try to understand. df f1 function is there. In this f1 function, I'm just writing my logic. Let's go for f2 here. And I'm passing f1 function as an argument or parameter, and code is there. Now I'm just calling f2 function here, sir. Because my function calling is f2 only. As soon as when we call f2 function here, f2 function will execute. But every time when f2 function is executing, then f2 function is depending on some other function called f1 only. Already I have written some logic inside the f1 body, and this f1 function name I am passing as a parameter or argument to other function like f2 only. So when we call f2, every time f2 will call internally f1 function, one more function. So it's clearly dependency is there. So f2 function is clearly depend on what? F1 only. If something went wrong in the context of f1, automatically f2 also will get trouble, sir. So this is the problem actually. So in Python, some functions will expect other function as an argument or parameter. In this case, lambdas are best choice. Or else we can also write the same expression here. Sometimes we can pass a function as an argument to other function. Sometimes we can pass a function as an argument to other function. In this context also, lambda is the best choice only. So I'm telling you, some functions are going to expect other function as an argument. In general, what functions are going to expect some other functions as an argument means in Python, these functions are there. So filter is a built-in function. It is always expect other function as an argument. Second, map is a built-in function. It is always expect other function as an argument. Again, reduce function is there. It is also built-in function. These are the three main functions which will expect always other functions as an argument only. So first let's talk about filter and then map and then reduce. So generally, filter meaning is what? It's a general meaning. What is the meaning of filter? It is used to filter the values only. So filter function is used to filter the values. We can't say separate. Yes, we have a collection values. Based on my requirement, I can filter the values and separate them. Yeah, obviously. Filter is used to filter the values from sequence. Filter the values from sequence based on the condition only. Based on the conditions are. Filter function is used to filter the values from sequence based on the condition. So filter function syntax is this one, sir. What is the filter function syntax mean? This is filter sequence. Sorry, it's my mistake. Filter function, comma, sequence only. Sequence. Filter is a built-in function which is used to filter the values from given sequence based on condition. So this is the syntax of filter function, comma, sequence only. Filter function, comma, sequence. Okay, this is the case. So here, two parameters are there. Filter function is having how many parameters? Two parameters. Function is one parameter, sequence is another parameter. Here, first parameter is a function. For what purpose it is? For conditional check. Next here, second parameter is a sequence, and it can be It can be a list or tuple or any other data structure. Okay. First parameter is a function for conditional check. Second parameter is a sequence and it can be a list or tuple, sir. So let's try to use filter function to filter the values from given sequence based on its condition. I'm going to show you first uh, without lambda. That means I should create a separate function for filtration purpose, and that function I should call inside the other function only. So when we do normal way, how much code you should write, you can observe it. And same logic, we can go with lambda expressions and how much code you are going to reduce, you can see. So let's try to use the filter function for filtering the values from given sequence based on condition without using any lambda. First, let's try to write without using any lambda. Let's add a simple program now. Python file test12. Now here, without lambda, I'm writing code here. Without lambda lambda. I have a list with me. L equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Any number of values you can take. In this list, I want to filter the values based on condition. Like my condition is I need to filter only even numbers. So I can filter these values. So for this filtering the values purpose, then I'm trying to create one function, sir. Def is even is my function name. Is even is my function name. And this function is taking one parameter x. I'm checking if x modulus 2 equal to 0. It should return true only. True. Where it will return true, wherever you are calling this is even function, there it return true only. Else it return what actually? Simply false. Return false. So observe here, this is the function name. This function I just created exclusively for conditional check purpose only. So every time the values which is coming from L list 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, each value will go to X variable, and that X variable true, we are checking that is even number or odd number. So if X modulus 2 equal to 0, remainder is 0 means it return even, that is true, else false only. Okay. So L equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 only. Now coming to this here, uh, who will filter the values? Filter function. Filter function syntax is what you can see. Filter is a built-in function. First parameter is function. Second parameter is what actually? Sequence only. Filter function comma sequence. But here this filter function is expect always other function as an argument. So what function is there for conditional check? Already I have designed the function. This function you have to pass it here only. And where we have to find the filtration on sequence. What is the sequence name? L only. So L is my sequence. That's all. But filter after filtering, we have to filter the values and store them into separate list. So that's what I'm taking. What actually after filtering the values by using filter function, result values I have to store into separate list L1. But actually this is not a list. I'm converting that total result into list conversion. List of like this. So finally, we have to print what's our L1 we have to print. L1 is a new list or new sequence after filtering the values from the L. So now this time you can see every time filter function is going to call is even function for finding this value is even or odd. So this two value is going to x 2 modulus 2 equal 0. Correct, it's written true. 3 value is going to x 3 modulus 2 equal 0 false. Every time it's going to be checked with is even function. So always filter function calls internally a function called is even for finding whether it is even or not. Conditional check only. So here 9 values are there. 9 times this filter function is going to call is even function. So that is not good practice in reality because 9 times it's going to call what function? Is even function. Who will call? Filter. And every time it is going to depend on is even function, and it will store finally list format into L1 only. Let's hit this. Sorry, we are executing this test 12 only. Now test 12. Now coming to this filtering the values 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 is completely filter the values. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's filtering the values or not? Let's keep the breakpoint. So nowhere I used any lambda expression here. So that's what we are writing a lot of code here. We have to prepare already available logic function here. And this function we have to supply to what function again? Filter function as a argument only. But in this case, you can see when we start debug this program, how many number of values included in the list filter L, list object L, that many times you have to call is even function only. Now let's try to run this. Suppose here you can see control, sorry, function key plus F8. L value is holding this list collection and filter function is calling is even function by taking first value of the list x value to 2 equal to 2 modulus 2 equal 0 return true. Next value x value 3 3 modulus 2 equal 0 return false. Next value 4 4 modulus 2 equal to return true. 5 false, 6 true, 7 false, 8 true, 9 false, 10 true. So every time this filter function is calling what is even function clearly. So this is somewhat lengthy, and in this case any problem occurred inside the is even function, and everything will be get trouble. So this filter function will get trouble when the problem is occurred inside this is even function. So we can filter according to this requirement. Like if you want to filter only odd numbers, you can change the condition like x modulus to not equal to 0. Then when we hit this run, you will be able to find the filtration of odd numbers only. So odd numbers are filtering here. So this is what actually without lambda I'm doing filter. So every time this filter function is depending on what function is even function only. So this is not good practice. Same program, if I try to write into lambda expressions, how it will be, you can see this. Any reason in Python don't have the end statement for loops for while and if conditions are? Tell me. As you are saying that end attribute, no? If I don't use any end, then what will happen? You are saying. Am I right? Tell. See, this is what actually. Let me go for this example. Actually, in the middle, you ask the question. I'm changing the topic. No problem. Now you can see this program. You can see end attribute. I'm not using. So in this end attribute, if I don't use, what will happen? Values are going to display in the same line only. If I don't use end attribute here, values are going to print in the line by line only. 9, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So just output values bringing up in the same line. Then we use end attribute. End with some place, some space. Then it will become in the same line only. So in this context, we use end attribute. See, no problem. Output is going to be displayed in the line by line. It's okay, no problem. But we have to scroll down and up if we have a huge number of values in the output statement. That is the problem. And we give 9, this same line only, it will display this. So this is end attribute. I explained in my basic sessions. So this is purpose of end only. Let's flip to our program now. We are talking about now lambda expressions. But here, instead of is even function calling every time, we have to use instantly lambda only. So this is without lambda. Let's flip to other program, program number 13. There I'll provide with lambda only, test 13. Same example, L equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, in this, I'm trying to L1 equals to list of, filter of. Here actually we have to pass other function, but I'm using lambda expression x colon x modulus to equal 0 on L. That's all. Finally, we are printing what actually L1 only. Okay. So this is what instead of other function calling inside the filter function first parameter, instantly I'm writing my lambda expression. And this is very simple compared to previous one. This is with lambda. Same result you are going to get. Even more simplification. And let's try to print here only. That's what will happen. Let me check. Print of list of what actually this. Let's run this. We are getting same result only. So within the single line, even more simplification. Let's cut this and pass this here only. Let's remove this. It's very simple and straightforward. No single line expression. We are finishing to filter all the values based on given condition. Print is of output, list conversion. Filter function will return values that will stored into list format. We are printing them into list only. And filter function always expect a other function as an argument. Instead of calling other function, I am using instant usage purpose lambda expression. This lambda values x value will come from list one by one value. It will filter this by checking this condition and it return this. Only this expression values will return internally. That's what I am saying in the lambda expression. Expression value or result values will return automatically. Don't use any return statement here. So this is my given sequence. In this sequence, based on this condition, I'm returning values to the filter function. With this x value will return. And all values I'm converting them into list and we are printing that only. So this is very quick example. It's a very straightforward. We are finishing the same program in the single line expression compared to previous program. In the previous examples, we have to call every time this function what we done previous separately. But in this case, instantly we are doing all this expression. So this is more simplification, but just try to understand with the parts of the code. This is also work out, no problem. So L value is this one. L I am passing as a second parameter of this filter function, and first parameter is also expecting as a function, but we are not passing any function. Directly we use lambda expressions only. So without lambda, with lambda, this is the difference exactly. Okay. Yes. Next, coming to this, we have one more function is there. Not only filter function, map function also there. See what is the use of map function and how to work with this. We'll see. For map function and filter function, it's look like almost same, but not same, sir. Okay. Filter function means when we supply 10 values, after filtering in the result, you will get 3 values, 4 values, 5 values like that, not all 10. But map function not like that. How many values you are supplying to the map function, at the end, result values, that many only will come. If I pass 10 values, result also will be displayed 10 values only. So map function purpose is what you know. For every element, present in the sequence or any list or tuple, for every element present in the sequence, comma, apply some condition, apply some condition and return the new sequence of elements only, and return the new sequence of elements. In this context, we can use map only. Okay. Then we use map functions. So when do we go for map function means for every element present in the sequence, apply some condition and return the new sequence of elements, then we use map function. So map function syntax also same. This map function also expect other function as an argument. Okay, let's try to find the map function example here. So let us consider this is list, and in this list I have a values. How many values are there in this list? 9 values are there. For every element in this list, I need to take this list values and I want to change this. I want to change double. So that's what I'm taking. A function name is called DBL. DBL stands for double. You can take any name. So double means I have to return double with 2 into x, double the values. And now finally I want to apply map function only. Map function is always expect other function as an argument. Other function is what? DBL. Sequence is what? L only. But finally result I want to store into other list L1. Let's convert this into also list also. List of map of DBL of L1. So finally we are printing what? L1 only. So same logic you can see. But here I'm using map function. Previous one was filter function. Filter and map is clear difference is there. Filter means uh, it will filter the values. If you provide your input value is 10, after filtering you will get 5 or 6 based on condition. But in the map function, not like that. Every element, whatever present on the list, you can apply some condition and return the new sequence of elements. So map function will call always DBL function, which is having the values available on the list. At two values go to x, x into 2, 2 into x what? X value 2, 2 into 2, 4. Here 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 4 into 2, 8, 5 into 2, 10. So double the elements and print the logic here. So let's try to run this test 12 now. So we will get same length of sequence. How many numbers are there? 9. So 9 numbers also there here. But 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, double the values all. Okay, 10 become 20 and 9 become 18 like that. But no need to double. You can write any expression like this. For example, here I'm taking x into x. Means a number can multiply with itself. 2 into 2, 4. 3 into 3, 9. 4 into 4, 16. 10 into 10, 100 like this only. Any logic you can write like this. But here also, this map function is depending on other function or not. So in this context, lambda is the best option. Making this map function depending on other function, instead of this function, we can write lambda expressions instantly. Same logic without this function, I'm writing lambda through. So lambda x, x into x. That's all. Matter is over. So lambda x means x value will collect from list, and x into x means a number can multiply with itself, then result is coming. Suppose if I do the changes like this, double star x I'm taking, x double star x means x to the power of x only. Once I write x to the power of x, every number is power with itself, 2 to the power of 2, 3 to the power of 3, 9 to the power of 9, 10 to the power of 10, like that only. You'll get all the values, but how many values? 9 values. Because your existing list elements are 9, resultant list also 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 values are there. So this in this case, what we can use? Map function we can use, sir. Map, M-A-P, map. But we can also apply map function on multiple list also. For example, let us consider my list is 2, 3, 4, 5. This is you can consider as a L1 list. And next L2 list is there. L2 equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So third list I'm going to prepare and map of what way I have to do. L1 comma L2 I'm taking, and x comma y I'm taking from both list and trying to do x plus y only. So result is what actually L3s are here. Now observe here. So I'm taking one list like L1, which is having 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. L2 also there, one more list, which is having 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. L3 is there, that is called third list. List of map of lambda x comma y. X value, which is collecting from L1, y value, which is collecting from L2. 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 4 plus 3, 7, 5 plus 4, 9, making into new list, that is L3 only. Let's run this. We got this 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. So make sure that while working with the map function on two lists, make sure that both lists should have the same length. If there is a list called like one more value extra is there on list 2, but there is no problem actually, no error, but actually 9 is not going to map with any other number. So 4 is mapping with 5, 3 is mapping with 4, 2 mapping with 3, 1 mapping 2, but 9 is not associated with any number. So there is no result. If I give 9 here, again 18 will come like this. 9 plus 9, 18. So we can also apply map function on two list clearly here. Okay. So this is about map function and filter function clearly. On the same day means what is happening actually. Now if I finish the session, it will take time to prepare your recorded video. Almost this is the last session of my day. Once I finish this 10 p.m., then immediately I'll go to sleep. Again, I have to wake up at 6 o'clock, and 6:50 I should be there to in Minds there I have to take online session. I don't get time to download and send it actually. So that's the problem actually. So I'll try to download and send it on the same day only. At least you will get in the morning session, I think so. So that will be fine for you. Okay, immediately it's not available, the video. I can't, I have to wait for some time. So once GoToMeeting software ready to prepare your video so that I can download it and upload it into your Google Drive. So mostly, maximum I'll try to send on the same day after half an hour only. If not possible, you can check in the morning mails. So that morning I used to start generally Django session 7 a.m. is there. After completion of 7 a.m., then immediately I'll download it and I'll send it. That is the better actually day. So hope you understand that. Okay, why I'm not sending recording videos same day. It takes time to available. So again, if I wait, then my time is going to be 11. So that's typical to us to manage the time. So mostly in the morning sessions, you will get that video. Anyway, I start morning 7 a.m. online session. After that, I can download it and instantly I'll send that. So usually morning you will get, okay? Yeah. So this is map function and filter function. Now next we have one more function is there, that is called reduce function. Reduce function also one of the function which is accepting other function as an argument. Same like filter function, how it is accepting other function as an argument. Map function also is accepting other function as an argument. Same reduce function also will accept other function as an argument. So this function I'll discuss in next session, that is tomorrow. But meanwhile, let's try to give the task. Let's give the task here. I'm giving task to you so that you can try to find this logic tomorrow. My task is today, that is take one string like with a number of words. Python is very easy. This is my string. Okay. So here string means not only single words. You can take a one statement which is included multiple words. Any number of statements, any test statement you can take, that statement should have the number of words like this. And this is my input, and output should be what you know. Output is like this. Reverse the string each and every word. Output should be like this only, sir. Output how it is. Python first word, no, it's reverse. Only this word only reverse. NOHTYP. After that SI. After that YREY. After that YSAE. This is the thing. So that meaning is what? Every word present in this string should be reverse, not total string reverse. Total string reverse already we did, no? So this is not. So every word should be reverse only. Try to write this code using looping again. So we'll see in tomorrow. That's it. So take one statement which is having multiple words, and each and every word should be reverse only. Try with this code, and tomorrow I'll discuss this also. You can come with your code, I'll come with my code, so that how it is different. Okay. Yeah. So that's all from my side today. See you tomorrow.